Good morning, everyone. This is Makram El-Amin with Makram's Motivational Monday, and I am happy to be with you today. And just really coming off of a long weekend of AAU basketball with my son. It was a pleasure watching him and his team compete. Sometimes it was joyous, sometimes it was agony, but nonetheless, overall, it was a great time. And we were reflecting today on the various things that I saw and things that I heard, and things that were really repeated oftentimes by the various coaches of, the many teams that were in the tournament. And as I thought about them, and how these things have a relevance. They have a place in our lives off the court or off the field, or outside of the athletic or sports realm, but they have an impact. These things can have an impact in our own personal lives. And I wanted to share a few of them with you. And what got me thinking about this, quite honestly, was one of the young guys walking around with you probably have seen this, a hashtag Ball is Life t-shirt. And, Ball is Life is this slogan or phrase or hashtag that's used by a lot of the young guys and young women today. They're athletes that really symbolize they're all about the game. It's all about this, and they eat, sleep, and they drink, this game or this sport, as far as demonstrating their commitment to it. So again, the combination of seeing this over and over again and hearing these mantras being repeated really got me thinking of how does this transfer over to our daily lives. So one of the ones that I heard oftentimes was a coach telling his team, his or her team, to play to our tempo. Play to our tempo. There were some teams that were, I think, overwhelmingly athletic. They got up and down the court very well, dunked the ball, a lot of threes, and a lot, fast-paced game. And then there were others to the contrast of that, and they slowed the game down. They were very methodical about how they went about the game, and effective. But very calculated, and they wanted to execute their game plan. So they, passed the ball around a lot, screens, cuts, these sorts of things. And it was a great contrast of styles to watch the various teams play. But the coaches that we were hearing was stressing play to our tempo, meaning stay in the pace that we want to play. Stay in the context that we want to play this game. So sometimes that meant speed it up. And in other times that meant slow it down. It really was based on the character and the makeup of each of those teams. But nonetheless, that idea came over and over again from the coaches. Play to our tempo, play to our tempo. And I thought about in life and how we also need to have a tempo. We need to have a way that we go about our work. And it's something that's more routine and something that's understood that when I do things in this way, I tend to have the most success. So we have to become self-aware about what that is. So if I'm not playing up to my tempo, if I'm not staying true to my tempo, I can feel that. And I know things need to be made. I need some adjustments need to be made in how I'm approaching my work or my day in that particular situation. So play to our tempo. And how are we doing that in our own work? The other thing I heard a lot of was, we must rebound the ball. We must rebound the ball, get the ball off the glass and get a chance to get out and run and so on and play the game that we want to play. But when I think about rebounding, I really think about the idea of coming back. You rebound from a mistake. You rebound from an error. You rebound from a missed shot, a missed opportunity. You have to rebound. And we all have to rebound every single day. I mean, we miss opportunities. Things don't always go our way. But those who rebound the basketball, they rebound in life. They rebound in their work. They rebound on their job and give themselves, even though they missed an opportunity, even though they missed the shot, it gives them another opportunity to go back and to score again, another opportunity to put themselves in position to win again. So I ask us, how are we rebounding in our own work? I saw a coach really spending time stressing to one of his young players to follow through on his shot, to follow through. So he was shooting the shot, and he was showing to go this motion to make sure he followed all the way through to stay with his mechanics. And he was telling him, by way of saying follow through, he was telling him, this is what we worked on in practice. This is how we have put together the mechanism for shooting the ball in an effective way. So he was really asking him to trust the process and don't short it. Don't short arm it. Don't cut corners on it, but follow through. I have to tell you, following through is a key factor to being successful in no matter what you're doing. So many of us don't follow through. We don't have a good follow through skills, the discipline to follow through, to see things through all the way to the end. So we leave, 100 irons in the fire. We have so many or incomplete projects that, basically die on a vine, so to speak. And we just never really complete them. They just kind of go away. And that's not conducive for having success. How is our follow through in the work that we do? Are we what they call a closer? Can I actually start something, go through the process, finish it, close it out, and then move on to the next thing? It's a very valuable skill in this life and in the work that we're doing. We heard the coaches talking to the players defensively about pressuring the ball. Pressure the ball. Sometimes they were down, the time was winding down in the game, and they needed to make up some ground in the game or score some points. So they would be like, pressure the ball. And they were really trying to communicate playing with a sense of urgency. And I really can't stress this enough, the idea of having a sense of urgency in the work that we're doing. And it bring an urgency to your day, an urgency to your work, to that project that you're working on. It's not just, well, we'll get it done whenever we get it done. I mean, if you have all the time in the world, but who does? None of us do, really. The idea of bringing some urgency to our work is imperative of us being successful. Now, let me be clear about this piece about urgency. Urgency does not mean rushing. It does not mean rushing. I mean, you can have an urgency about something, but that doesn't mean I just do anything anyway just to say we got it done. No, urgency is the mindset that this is important, and it prioritizes things and moves other things out of the way. So when something's really urgent, it's my focus. I'm locked in. I'm trying to get to the end. I'm trying to be successful. So how much urgency are we bringing to our work? And last but not least, the one that I think we can all appreciate, at least most of us, we should, it was play as a team. Play as a team. There were times when I watched some of the teams play and, things weren't going their way. Maybe they were down points. They would have a fear of losing the game. And they began to go away from the strength of their team. And you had individuals trying to assert themselves in a situation, but it was negating the team play. And that was a greater hindrance to them being successful than if they would have stayed with their game plan and stayed and kept themselves focused and played through as a team. And if we, in our everyday lives, first of all, if you don't have a team, you're at a huge disadvantage. Life is not about being the Lone Ranger. It's about having a good functional team around you to help you get things done. So if you don't have a team, your first task should be to get a team. And if you're the smartest person on your team, then you probably need a new team. But the idea of having a team and working effectively with that team is critical to just like in the basketball game, just like in your office, just like in your business, just like in school, wherever you find yourself today. Have a team and play as a team. But these are just a few things that we, came across this weekend that I thought definitely transfers over into our lives. The play our tempo, rebound the ball, follow through on your shot, pressure the ball, and play as a team. By all means, people, be great.